What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video, and woof, it is June 28th, and I honestly feel like this summer, May went so slow, and now it's the end of June, and I go back to work in under 40 days. Insane. Anyway, I have been on TikTok enjoying my summer, and somehow I've ended up on Bev Cart Girl TikTok, and the it drink of this summer 2025 seems to be the Transfusion. And I'm like, you know what, that looks mighty tasty. I think I want to give that a try. So I have the ingredients to make it. Let's get started and let's give it a taste test. Okay, side note for this video that has nothing to do with the video. Sam just brought me in another haul from our garden. And we have our first cupper. Yay. Okay, anyway, back to the video. So, traditionally, a transfusion is made with vodka. So I have 1 ounce of Smirnoff vodka. And I know a lot of girls on Bev Cart TikTok have been making it with Tito's. Our liquor store wanted more than $1 for a little shot of Tito's, and I just went with the cheaper one. It calls for grape juice, and I have seen Welch's is the best to use, so I have a nice big thing of grape juice here. Now, the traditional recipe says to use ginger ale. I don't like ginger ale, and I think it has something from growing up in the 90s where to get better from being sick, you were handed saltines and ginger ale. So I did look it up, and I can substitute Sprite for ginger ale. So that is what we are going to be doing, along with our lime. And if you hear the weird sounds in the background, that's probably Sam mowing. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with a little glass. Oh, I have to show you the glass that we're going to end up putting this all in. We went to our local thrift store yesterday. It's over in Marion. It's only open on Fridays and Saturdays. And behind a whole bunch of glassware was this cup from the ESPN Club at Walt Disney World. And I went, I have to buy it, and I knew I had to use it for this video. But we're going to start out by putting things in a little shaker jar. So we're going to start with some ice, and this is Pebble ice I got at Sonic. So I'm just going to take my jar and my bag and just put a little bit of ice in here to kind of chill everything before we pour it in our big glass. And it is muggy and hot because we are almost in July. I'm gonna open up my vodka here. Feeling very important with my little bottle of vodka like I'm on a beverage cart. And dump it into my jar. Now, it's according to the recipe from Southern Living, which I will post in the description below. It's supposed to be 3 ounces of vodka and 1.5 of grape juice. But I am doing 1 shot of vodka, and again, it's Smirnoff, and I'm going to do 1.5 ounces of Concord grape juice. I thought about cross-posting this video to my weight loss channel, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the Weight Watchers points at the end, if this is all interesting to you. So, I'm going to do 1.5 ounce pour of grape juice. Okay, apparently we're going for 3 ounces of grape juice because, wow, that went really fast. Whoop! Okay, so I'm done with that. I'm going to put the lid on my jar, and then we're going to shake. Don't mind my dance interlude there. Okay, so here's what it looks like, all kind of shaken up. It has melted a lot of the ice, and the top of this is so gold, which is great. I'm really excited about this. So, okay, got kind of concerned there for a second. Okay, so I'm going to take, I need another glass. Okay, we're going with ramekin. So I'm going to get some ice, maybe, and waste ice apparently. Okay, so I've got ice in my cup, and I'm going to pour in my drink. I did extra ice because it is really warm and it's going to melt. So here's what it looks like so far. So to recap, this is 1 shot of Smirnoff, 3 ounces of Welch's Concord grape juice, and this is what we are setting out with ice. Okay, so now if I wanted to make this different, or if I was actually making this for my other channel, I would 100% have 0 sugar Sprite. I'm using what I have on hand. So I have zeroed out my scale. You can't see it, but I do have my scale right here. And I'm topping off with my Sprite. Now, again, like I said, the recipe actually calls for ginger ale. So if you make it this way, it's not going to taste like a traditional transfusion. Okay, so this is 1 shot, 3 ounces, 3 ounces. All right, so now the last thing is a lime. So I've got a lime here. It's a little bitty lime. I paid $1/4 for this lime. Can you believe how much that little lime costs? And I have rolled it several times before I even started making the video. I'm gonna chop it up. Gonna cut it in half. We're gonna cut it in half again, so I have a cute little wedge. Actually, I'm gonna cut that wedge in half, that little wedge, and I'm going to squeeze and drop. Then I'm going to do the other little wedge, squeeze and drop. Okay, now kids, don't try this at home, and kids, you shouldn't be making this anyway. I'm going to use my knife. I'm going to kind of just give it a little mixy mix here. All right. Now comes what I'm really looking forward to, is I actually get to try this now. Ta-da! Here we go. Okay, that's really good. That would make it even better is a straw. And this is a Mickey straw from, like I think maybe last year's summer collection. I got it on clearance. Here we go. And I can stir it without using a Sharpie utensil. Go me. Okay, this is so good. Now here is the thing. You do not taste that vodka. And I think it's because I used 1 shot. But if you were to make this just the way I did, you cannot taste the alcohol, which there and of itself makes it dangerous, because you're just like, oh, and hi, how are you? You know, that casual, like I'm sipping on a cocktail and I'm chatting with a friend and oh, let's have another. And about you into it, you're like, what were we drinking? Yeah, I think this is definitely one of those. But definitely understand why this is like the golf cart, like viral recipe of the summer. And 100% would make it again. I think it's something that I typically would have everything on hand. Because, even if I didn't have any vodka on hand, I could go to the local liquor store. I paid $1.10 with tax for 1 little shot. Because I don't drink a lot at home. I don't keep stuff on hand that would like spoil. But hot summer, cool drink, and I think this calls for a fan, a book, and maybe some SVU. So let me know in the comments if you're going to make this drink, if you've had this drink, and if you make this drink with ginger ale and Sprite, let me know what you think of the taste difference. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and enjoy your cocktail.